Shape of Water is about this mute woman, played by Sally Hawkins, who works in a research facility in 1960s Baltimore that is harboring an aquatic creature. And she befriends this aquatic creature and discovers that there's a conspiracy against this aquatic creature involving Michael Shannon's character, and she sets out to make sure that this aquatic creature isn't experimented on. There's some things from outside forces also going on in the background in this movie, but if I tell you what those are, it's pretty spoilerish, so that's basically the gist of the plot. This is a movie from writer and director Guillermo Del Toro, and I'm always excited to see what Del Toro has in his bag. He's done Pan's Labyrinth, which I have yet to see, heard it's amazing, the 2 Hellboy movies, Pacific Rim, the Hobbit movies, which don't fucking suck! Am I the only one that thinks that? He didn't direct the Hobbit movies, but he helped Peter Jackson with the screenplay for that, and I'm gonna reiterate, the Hobbit trilogy does not suck! It's interesting as a film fan to see what Del Toro has in store, because you take Pacific Rim and the 2 Hellboy movies out of the equation, he's not really that much of like a big like action driven director, like a big like action spectacle director. He kind of directs films that make you think and have their own themes, and The Shape of Water really blew me away. This is one of my favorite films of the year. I sat there in complete awe. This film is just so weird, original, intriguing, unique, interesting. This is why it's one of my favorite films of the year. The main character, Eliza, played by Sally Hawkins, is one of the most inspiring and original characters I've seen in film in a very long time. Watching her just communicate with people, I mean, if you're mute, that's gotta be tough. But people understand who she is in this movie. They can understand her communication. That was really interesting to see in this movie. Little hints of humor, you know, the light humor and the dark humor. It just added a lot to this movie. It's a subtle little touch. It's a subtle little thing that just felt so natural and organic. It made the flow of the movie work so much more. The second you'll be laughing your ass off. The next second you'll be laughing, but you'll be wondering why you're laughing. Because you're like, should I be laughing at that? A lot of practical effects in here. A lot of old school filming techniques are used in this movie. That is something to appreciate in a world where CGI just seems to dominate and everybody's just like, oh, practical effects? Fuck that. We don't need that. Let's just do it on CGI and make it look like shit. It was refreshing to see not a blockbuster movie, but something that's below a blockbuster, but not an indie film. Something used practical effects, because the amphibian creature in this movie, oh my god. If those were practical effects, that was awesome. Like you could see like the fins moving back and forth. It's probably all makeup. The makeup is amazing. The costume design, set design. Now pay attention to the set design in this movie, because it's the little details that matter. They tell you a lot about the environment and everything around it in these sets. These sets are glamorous. They're enormous. They're very awesome. I guess. I had some big word on my mind. That's the only word I could come up with. Musical score in this movie is also really something to behold, if you ask me. It's not your classic big budget blockbuster score, nor is it your classic score that you would see in like a drama, or you know, something that you would see in an indie release, or, you know, just kind of a lower, like, under-the-radar movie. This really had a classical feel to it with its score. And it really caught my attention right off the bat, and I was just like, this is a very different score than we're used to seeing. It feels like the musical score in this was based off of like classical music. This is one of those art house films that I feel like is going to be a love it or hate it type of movie. I really, really love this movie. This is one of my favorites of the year. It's original, it's intriguing, it's weird, it's unique, it's interesting. All of those at the same time for me. I am going to give The Shape of Water an A+. Go and see The Shape of Water, guys. You might be pleasantly surprised. I really had no idea what to expect, and I walked out loving it. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, you're on YouTube, subscribe at the end of this video, check out some other videos I have done. Leading up to Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, I will have reviews of every episode in the Skywalker saga. That is episodes 1 through 7. I've already reviewed Rogue One on this channel way back in the day, so you can check that out as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.